சண்டிகர் வரேன்டா. கசால் போலாமா?
நாங்கனா யாரு?
நானே அர்ஜுன் திலீப் தான்.
That call from Vineet changed the plan, and suddenly the story moved somewhere else. For a second, it hit me. Maybe the return was never about Chandigarh. Maybe Chandigarh was just the stop before it. The boys boarded the train from Salem, heading towards Chandigarh. Long journey, but the kind you don't really complain about. They met a bunch of musicians from Pune, and just like that, the entire coach turned into a jam session. People started joining them, people started filming the epicness, and this Uncle G was definitely on fire. He was dancing his heart out like no one was watching. Probably the happiest guy in the entire compartment. After 49 hours of travel, they finally reached Chandigarh railway station.
Where is exit? அதெல்லாம் யூகிலேலி கையில வச்சுக்கோ மச்சான்.
5 மணிக்கு போய் கீஸ் கலெக்ட் பண்ணுவாங்க.
வா போலாம். அத எக்ஸிட் பாரு டக்குன்னு போலாம். Okay. So finally reached Chandigarh. Hey Vineet. அவனுக்கு கால் பண்ணி எந்த சைடு இருக்கான்னு கேளுடா. மச்சான் அப்படியே யஷ்வந்த்பூர் மாதிரியே இருக்கு மச்சான். யஷ்வந்த்பூர்ல ட்ரெயின் போட் பண்ண மாதிரியே ஃபீல் ஆகுது.
And I went to pick them up. That moment right there,
Finally we meet.
no acting, just pure excitement. The kind you don't need to fake. I was definitely excited seeing the boys after 2 weeks.
Okay, start.
We just had a very long run only for that.
Totally 50 hours. Fucking 50 hours.
We just had a great run for this asshole.
What a great run for
This asshole.
அது நான் தான் சொல்லணும்.
I booked a cab for Arjun and Vineet to the guest house, while Dilip and I took the bike. Another ride through Chandigarh.
Finally in Chandigarh. Cinematic video la en bike ride varnom. 25th sector kitte irundha.
After dropping them off, I headed back to work, just waiting for the day to end, because we all knew the real journey was about to begin. At 12:30 in the night, we finally boarded the bus to Kasol. No overthinking, no backup plan. And honestly, I was still in denial. It didn't fully register that me and the boys were actually on a bus heading to Kasol. A plan we spoke about for years, suddenly real. As the bus rolled out of Chandigarh, the warmth inside the bus slowly started fighting the cold winter air outside. I didn't get a seat at first, so I ended up sitting right next to the driver, camera in hand, just looking out the window while the highway lights kept passing by. And at 2:30 in the morning, that seat felt like absolute luxury. Small victory, but a very satisfying one. At some point, the bus stopped for chai. One of those unknown highway locations where you have no idea where you are, all you can smell is chai. And for some reason, chai at that hour always tastes better. As the bus kept climbing, the air started changing. Colder, sharper, almost thinner. The more we were traveling, the more excited we got, but in silence, just thinking about Kasol. And the road started looking familiar. That strange feeling of deja vu, except this time it was different. Because the last time I saw these roads, I wasn't with these idiots, my homies. 4 people who kept saying for years, bro, one day we'll do this trip. And finally, the Kasol trip exited the group chat. And somehow, one day became today. Now the Bhuntar part is actually a funny story. Vineet was supposed to wake me up when the driver shouted Bhuntar. Instead,
ஏன் மச்சான் கரெக்டாக பஸ் ஸ்டாப் பண்ணும்போது வந்துட்டு சொல்ல மாட்டியா மச்சான்?
மச்சான் எனக்கு இது ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் நீங்கள் தான் வந்திருக்கீங்க புந்தர் கசோல்லாம் எங்கே இருக்குன்னே தெரியாது. நான் எதர்ச்சியாக எங்கே
கசோ எங்கே இருக்குன்னு அவனுக்கு தெரியாது. ஏன்னா பஸ் நான் கூட பார்க்க மாட்டான்.
எதர்ச்சியாக அவங்ககிட்ட கேட்டேன் என்ன ஸ்டாப் போது நீ கேட்டேன்
கைஸ் என்னடா இவர் இருக்காரு
சொல்ல வேண்டியதானே டே ஸ்டாப் வந்துச்சுடா அப்படின்னு.
Bhuntar itself felt strange, and this time I could barely recognize the place. The old traces of Bhuntar were gone. Everything looked different. Of course, we had another chai because when you're in the mountains, Pahadon wali chai is basically an unspoken ritual. From Bhuntar, we hopped onto a local bus to Kasol. A bus full of locals and a bunch of strangers just like us. Nobody was really talking. Everyone was just staring out the windows because the view outside kept changing, like someone was flipping through paintings one after another. Mountains have a way of doing that. They make people quiet, they make people think. And at that exact moment, I remembered John Mew's famous quote, "The mountains are calling and I must go." But only this time I was going to the mountains with my best friends. For me and Arjun, this place wasn't new. We have already been to Kasol. Dilip had seen Manali once, but for Vineet, everything outside the window was happening for the first time. And somewhere along that ride, it finally started sinking in. After a few more turns through the mountains, the bus slowed down, and just like that, we were in Kasol. The first stop in Kasol was the small Riverside café, and honestly, it felt fucking unreal after the overnight journey. Wait, before I say anything, just listen to this. Fresh mountain air, birds somewhere in the trees, and that constant sound of the river flowing next to you. The water was loud in the best way possible, like nature decided to turn the volume up. We just sat there for a while, doing absolutely nothing, which is exactly what you should do in a place like this.
Reggae man, where are you? Your presence is due. Can you come to get us? We have a lot to discuss. Waiting at the riverside, hoping for you to guide. Reggae man, where are you? Fucking awesome view. We got some good hash, crushed the first batch, rolling up. Only one of us.
Kasol, Little Amsterdam, a bohemian hotspot for backpackers in the Himalayas. Kasol is a hamlet, a smaller version of a village in the Parvati Valley. We actually spent a copious amount of time at the café, sinking into nature, letting the place do the talking.
அவங்க வீட்டில் வந்து சப்போர்ட்டே கிடையாது. அவங்க வீட்டில் இதெல்லாம் வந்து ஒரு பொழப்பு நீ பண்ணுறியா?
There was this Rottweiler just chilling like he owned the place. Bob Marley on the wall right behind him. That pretty much sets the vibe and tone of the place. Mountains and dogs, that's all you need to live a peaceful life.
கிளியராக தெரியுதா? சென்ட்ரலாக கொஞ்சம் என்ன? ஓகே ஃபைன். இப்போ என்ன பண்ணலாம்? சாமி எங்களை காப்பாத்து. சரி மச்சான்.
We left our bags there to explore the place a little bit more. Got Amar Bhaiya, the cafe owner, to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram too. After spending some time there, we walked towards the Kasol market. The market itself is actually pretty small, but the vibe is completely different from any other hill town.
திரும்பி பார்க்கணும்னு அவசியம் இல்லை, அது யாருன்னு தெரியுது.
Every shop feels like a splash of color.
உனக்கு வேணும் மச்சான் அந்த மாதிரி? எந்த கலர் வேணும் பாரு, சொல்லு, அப்பதான் கம்மியாக கேட்க முடியும்.
எவ்வளோ கம்மியாக கேட்க போகிற?
கேட்க முடியும். ये 1 साल के बच्चों को आ जाएगा? हाँ? कितने साल तक यूज कर सकते हैं?
1 से लेकर 2 साल तक है सर, वो सर के हिसाब से नहीं फैलता है।
मेरे बच्चे के लिए चाहिए, उसको भी 1 साल, उससे थोड़ा सा बड़ा साइज है.
We bought some Kullu caps, and I'm proud of myself. I still have some bargaining skills left.
वही है सेम।
அதான் என் லுக் வந்து கம்ப்ளீட்டாக இருக்கு. நல்லா இருக்கா மச்சான்? ஃபயராக இருக்கா?
Also picked up these bands and bought some small souvenirs.
कितना दिया? 3 दिया ना? 3 होगा देखो. நீ பெருசு தானே எடுத்திருக்க?
In a single frame, you will see winter jackets, harem pants, Kullu caps, dream catchers, handmade bands, and a whole bunch of other interesting things. And of course, a few things you probably already know about. There's a reason people call Kasol the Stoner's Paradise. What surprised me the most was this. Even after almost 10 years, Kasol looked almost exactly the same. The same narrow market, the same aesthetics, the same laid-back vibe. It felt like the place had been paused in time, waiting for people like us to show up again. We explored the marketplace thoroughly and bought a few more things. I probably shouldn't explain that on camera. Come on, you know where we are. We eventually ended up at Mama Cafe. Exactly the kind of place you expect in Kasol. This cafe was literally out of the world. Clearly designed for people who are in no hurry to leave. And check this dope ass Pink Floyd poster. I mean, the lighting, the poster, that's beauty in itself. We also tried the infamous hash brownie. Sat there for a while, let the day slow down, because honestly, that's the pace Kasol demands. Check this out. Vineet just got up and started dancing. No rhythm, no choreography, but he was clearly enjoying himself. Wait, let me fix this. Now I genuinely don't know what Dilip was trying to do here. We were all in the same cafe, but somehow lost in our own worlds. Kasol has a strange way of etching moments in your memory, the kind that don't fade easily.
எங்க டீம்ல இருக்கிறது the most efficient that there is this fucking mofo is actually a mofo.
இது சர்காஸ்டிக்கா கூட இந்த கலாய்ச்சிருக்கலாம்டா.
The most talented Bhuntar.
One eternity later.
By evening, we got back to the Riverside Cafe and Arjun and Vineet did a jam session. It wasn't perfect, but it was personal. It was ours.
இப்போ எங்க போறோம் நம்ம?
This isn't a travel vlog, and it definitely wasn't a travel film. There are thousands of those already. For us, this was just the beginning of a story, one that we'll probably keep talking about for years. We packed our bags and thanked Amar Bhaiya for his amazing hospitality. I clicked a few pictures for him. This guy is genuinely fucking cool.
After 10 years, we are here in Kasol. Many more years.
Everything changed, my friend.
Come back again.
According to the place, but why? People, they are not changed. I mean, like this, what is natural? Okay, like, also subscribe.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, Bhaiya ji.
Okay, take care.
After the goodbyes, we had one more stop to cover, Katagla. Kasol was just the beginning. What happened next in Katagla? That's where this trip actually changed. The Return, Part 5. Stay tuned and remember to create, inspire, and evolve.